Dagarasu tomo shimasu. Indiana Daigaku de Senmon wa Nihongo deshita. 22年間、川丸高校で教えています。今年、日本語の1年生の先生です。どうぞよろしく。Hi, I'm Kelly Douglas, and I majored in Japanese at Indiana University. I've been working at Carmel High School for 22 years, and this year I'll be teaching one section of Japanese 1. It is very nice to meet you. I want to tell you a little bit about our class expectations, about how my Canvas page works, about grading, and how to reach me. So after a few days in class, we came up with some class rules, one being to listen quietly to other students because we're trying to learn language, so listening is a key component of that. To come to class prepared. Being prepared for Japanese class means having an organized binder and something to write with and just being ready to learn. Also, students are having trouble throwing things, so do not throw classroom materials is one of our rules, and to try their best every day. Along with the expectations of students, I will be keeping a Canvas page so that students can easily find what assignments they have missed if they've been absent, and they can also pull some assignments that they may have misplaced. So when you go to Canvas, your student's Canvas looks something like this. And Japanese is this nice box with Mount Fuji and some sakura, some cherry blossoms. And I am going to set my course to student view. So here we can see a little bit about me and the announcements, if I have any announcements on. Students can see a to-do list of assignments that are upcoming or even assignments that have passed that they need to turn in. We do a lot of work in modules. So when the students enter their module, so when students enter a module, they can see, in this case, I have an assignment that was due that day and some slides. The slides show you what we're going to work on in class. So this was day 8 for Japanese 1, and we worked on what to say for roll call, how to tell me if somebody is late or absent, and we did that right in the beginning of class. And then the third slide, so very early in the class, I tell the students what they have upcoming for homework. So in this case, students should finish cutting and labeling their blue level 3 vocabulary sheets, flashcards, and they need to learn na through po in their workbooks. And then we have a quiz over a through do in their hiragana workbooks, and level 2 next class. So that's coming up this Friday, those assignments. So every day I try to give the kids their assignments early on, and then we reiterate those assignments at the end of class also. Some other important items in Canvas. If students go back to the home page and they scroll down to class resources, there are some extra sites that kids can use for more practice. If they prefer more of a game type practice, they can go down to those more resources. And they can see, oh, let's play matching characters. They could practice the vowels, they could practice the K row, they could practice plenty of these, and then that game would set up for them. So those practice items are in class resources. Just so that you know all of the resources that your students have been given to help them learn Japanese and the resources that should go in their notebook, I've posted them. I'm going to post them on this video. So your students have already received a list of flashcards, vocabulary flashcards for all of Chapter 1 in their textbook, Adventures in Japanese. And their vocabulary flashcards are on blue cardstock. They also have been given a kana chart. This semester we work on the hiragana. Next semester we work on katakana. So your students have this as a reference. They cannot use it, of course, on hiragana quizzes, however. Your students also have been given a list of goals for the class. These are the targets that we are working on. And this is in green. These targets for Japanese 1, we learn a lot about how to give yourself a self-introduction and a lot with numbers. So kids learn like basically how to introduce themselves, how to count, how the numbers work into dates, birthdays, number of people in your family, counters for things that are thin and flat, how to count people. They learn how to ask questions. They learn how to ask what something is or where something is located. And they will learn how to discuss the weather. And that is the first half of first semester. And then the second half talks more about their families, including jobs that their families might have or activities that their families might do. Your students have also been given a card with kanji targets, and they can cut those out. That's a yellow bit of cardstock. So all that information should go in your student's notebook. Flashcards should be cut out and put into baggies for easy studying and easy access. You can reach me by email is probably the most convenient way, kdouglas@ccs.k12.in.us. You can also call me. My number at school is 846-7721, extension 2671. I hope your student really enjoys Japanese 1 and also learns quite a bit of the Japanese language. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you would like to volunteer for the class, we can always have somebody to speak to the students as a native speaker. That's always helpful. So I look forward to working with both you and your student. さようなら。